but.
All right. So as we were talking about how you can do 11-day shred, no matter what the time frame is. It doesn't matter if we do a group challenge or you can do it as an individual saying, hey, I'm going through this 11-day challenge, shred, kickstart, and I'm looking forward to being able to do X. Wanted to know if you wanted to do it with me, something like that.
So let's say Monique wants to host a challenge and we've got, remember the old like stories that we put together for like kickstart to your year-round summer body? We can use those same stories, and you guys can even through Instagram use the added text to put your own date on it. And then, and then share it that way. So that it's, Monique is hosting one, and then maybe Monique wants to, like link arms with Dina to be able to run one on a specific date. I mean, anything goes, wouldn't you say, babe? I mean, like, so I would utilize that, and we'll hook you up with the workouts, the schedule, the Kickstart guide. I mean, I recently updated it. It's getting better and better because as I mentioned to you guys that I'm going through the Kickstart guide with new customers. And as I'm going through, I'm just like listening and noting what questions they might have in addition. So then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like I need to add this. So then I recently added like what the plate looks like what percentage, right, is like proteins, what percentage looks like vegetables. And so it's very clear a visual. I think people just do better with visuals. And so I added that. I think I added the new cleanse schedule that lays it out exactly at 7 a.m. you're doing ionics, at 8 a.m. you're doing this. Now, it doesn't mean that they have to like start at 7 a.m. It just means that this is a schedule that they could use as a sort of sample to, move forward and adjust accordingly. Well, I don't have the BIA that's on there. Well, they can use whatever snacks they have. But it just gives them a good little guideline. And what else did I add? I added, the pictures of the meals. So in meal plan 1, I just, put some photos together of our meals and us drinking our shakes and how that plays out. And then also eating plan 2. I think what is really important too is when we get people started is also helping them make sure that, they're eating appropriately for their needs, right? Yeah. So that they're not under eating. Because most people, remember, they're coming to us because their metabolism is sluggish. They're storing fat. They're having unfavorable cravings. Their energy's low. They're probably sleeping really crappy. And so if we can educate them about, how to implement and get the proper results that they're looking for by making sure that they're properly supported. Because usually most people are under eating and undernourished. I mean, we see it all the time, right? Yeah. So, and sometimes it's hard to break that mentality of, well, if I eat more, then I'm going to gain weight. So, we have to slowly start educating them about how that plays out so that it's actually a benefit and not a detriment. So, yeah, cool. So yeah, as far as the numbers go, I know we went on a little bit of a tangent, but 10,000 people started using Penny, the Penny app.
Which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so many people are noticing a real, trajectory change in their business.
Oh yeah.
From, even just us reminding people about their auto ships, and asking them a relevant question that might pertain like something I know about what they've ordered or it's visible that I can see what their next order is going to be. Maybe I notice, hey, they're not using the whole blend shakes. Maybe that's something to like maybe throw in the mix or send them the video of the whole blend so that they can learn more about it.
And you can shoot, so you guys know, through the Penny app. I don't know if you know this, but you can share content through the Penny app. You can search it. So something like Adiana just said with the whole blend. I've been doing that because when you share it, all the new media is there, by the way. And when you share it through Penny and you just either copy the link and paste it, you can see in their account if they viewed it and how many times they've watched it. So it'll actually track to see if they've clicked on it, and you can know if people have actually watched it which is, pretty cool. The business app did that as well too, a little bit more in depth, but that makes it so
that was cool.
You have it documented, like, hey, this is what I shared, and it shows how many times that they viewed it, which is really super cool.
Obviously too, like, being able to congratulate someone on completing the IsoBody challenge, or letting them know, hey, you're like halfway there. Or we've seen too, which is interesting, is, the BV requirement. So we also get a report, and you have a report too for your team in your back office on everyone who's enrolled in the IsoBody challenge. And still, I feel like even our numbers are way lower than they should be. Like, more people should be entering the IsoBody challenge. Like, but again, sometimes I don't know how many times I will have to remind people to do their photos. Like, I sound like a broken record, and I hate to be that person, but it's like,
they're going to thank you later though.
They are going to thank us later.
They always do.
Yeah. So I've been going through those reports and just seeing who's in, where their dates are, and trying to, like, follow up with some of these people, but they also have to maintain the 500 BV requirement over the 16 weeks. The cool thing is that they're allowing people to do, let's say you get to the end of your challenge and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm only at, 454 BV. They allow you to place an order of whatever's left, 46 BV, before, so that you can actually get your $200 voucher. They didn't used to do that before. It was kind of like you were just out.
Yeah.
So now you can place an order, and we had somebody that had the same thing. They were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I was under the number, but it's because she put so many orders under her husband. So, because she was the main account. So she came really close, and she was so thankful she could use her lifestyle rewards that was coming up the next day to qualify her. And then obviously those $200 vouchers are available immediately. So you can go ahead and place your order. Just remember though, it doesn't count towards your minimum 100 BV for the month. So don't get to a place where you think that counted, and then it's like, you don't want your account to go inactive. So just FYI.
Yep. And we have obviously the 2.0 promo that's happening right now as well too. So again, if you feel like you haven't enrolled many people or any people, it doesn't matter. Don't let that discourage you. Yeah. Because all this planning and all this time that you've been actually, planting these seeds is really a great opportunity for you to be able to follow up with these people, to see if they saw your message, and honestly just see if they're open to it. Get a yes or a no, and that's honestly what we've been working towards. And I know that we've discussed with some of you, is just getting more direct with your intentions as to what you want people to do. This is what I'm doing. This is how it's worked for me. I thought of you. Would you be open to doing it with me? And so again, we wanted to talk to you tonight specifically, unless you have anything specifically that you wanted to add more to that.
No, I was just going to say, like, let's just, we're going to go for it. Like, we're going to hit it. And so what? You get 2 enrollments, 3 enrollments, whatever. It's better than 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just go for it.
Totally.
We're still going to win, right? We win.
Yeah.
Still. So
exactly.
Yeah.
You're still going to make money. You're still going to grow your community,
Yeah.
benefit. It's not like you enroll these people and then all of a sudden you didn't get to 5 and then all of a sudden these people just don't count.
Yeah. I mean, Blake, I was even thinking this. I was like, you could do your own like running challenge, that paired the performance line or something like that, with the challenge. I mean, there's so many different things that we can do that go along with your interest anyway. And I mean, I literally just had that thought, Blake, so I don't know, but we could talk about it more. But I mean, I'm thinking like, man, Blake could put together his own like marathon maybe training or like a shorter kind of like 4-week or 8-week prep or something like that, to get them ready, and then introduce them to the performance line that's going to help them, you know what I mean? Be able to run faster and recover better.
And giving value as to like, how you do that, even outside of nutritionally, like, maybe talk about strides, maybe talk about steps.
Yeah, about gait, all that stuff. So
like that.
You can educate them along the way and make it more of a focus for runners, right?
Exactly.
And then, and then I can come in and do some, some stretches, right? Runner stretches or whatever, like, you know, we can put something together. So let's definitely chat about that if you like the idea, Blake.
Yeah. And so we were going to talk to you guys tonight about, we know that it's sometimes hard to find individuals who are like-minded, right? You're on this call right now because you see something bigger with Isagenix than just products, than just, you know, getting healthy and being well and being part of a community. Like, you see freedom in this. And we just, first of all, want to acknowledge that we're proud of you guys for being open-minded and trusting us to help you with that. But at the same time too, we also know, as many of you have seen, that not everybody is open or responsive to wanting to start their own health and wellness business, right? You know, even if there's freedom, people have limited beliefs. People have these thoughts that go on in their head why they can't do this. Or maybe this is like, you know, this is a scam. They don't want to be that person. And I've come to the conclusion that people don't hate network marketing. It seems like they do, but let's face it. If you ask somebody what would be their ideal life, their dream life, what are they looking to achieve out of life? They would probably tell you, I want more time to travel. I want to do things with my family. I want to be able to make money, but not have to work my ass off. I would rather be able to,
like, 50
yeah,
plus
50,
years.
60, yeah, exactly. I would rather, you know, do all these things, and everything that they say lines up with network marketing. So for them to say that they hate network marketing is inaccurate. What they do not agree with is network marketers, and people confuse network marketers with network marketing. So we sometimes need to do our best to be, you know, understanding with that. And I've come to the conclusion that we should just focus on right now, just even focus. I mean, granted, use your best judgment. You know the people better than we do, you know, that you're going to be talking to. But honestly, even leading with the products, there's no shame in that. And I know that sometimes maybe it's my fault, and I apologize if I came off like, hey, lead with the business, fall back on products always and forever. You know, sometimes just get customers. You know, when you first start off, if you feel like, hey, I'm leading this way, I'm not finding too many individuals who are open to it, maybe people are ghosting, cool. Just find a couple accountability partners. Totally fine. And I honestly, we recommend that you do that. And we were actually talking about, instead of moving all business and falling back on products, doing a little bit of reverse for this week. For this week, more focus on customers, products, focus on just helping people, letting people know your story, right? What was life before Isagenix? What are you feeling now? What are you able to do that you weren't able to do before? And just being able to share your testimonial in a very, very short, powerful way with individuals, whether it be through stories, I think would be a very, very great video for you guys maybe to dial in, just to be able to say, like, I'm using this instead of saying Isagenix, you know, say this whole food nutrition plan, you know, this whole food nutrition system, something like that, that's really just allowing people to wonder, like, okay, like those are buzzwords, but what does that mean? And then they're going to reach out and say, okay, what are you talking about? I'm curious. But with that, it's so simple for you to, because everybody wants health. Everybody wants to feel well. And
on that note, actually, you know, I was telling Nick that you can get really good clues from people's posts themselves.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how many people, like, it's literally a cry for help sometimes because they're sharing their frustrations with, you know, especially right now being a challenging time, right? Not having the gym available, or they've really like let themselves go, you know, during this time. I mean, there's clues that you can pick up on, and not that you're going to say something in their post, although you might say something, but not necessarily in response to that directly. But you can send them a private message and say, hey, you know, I saw your post about, you know, XYZ, you know, I wonder if you'd be open to taking a look at what I've been able to get such great results with, or whatever. Yeah. I've done that many times, because people will a lot of times just put it out there. Literally, they're telling you, I need help. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, whether they're willing to take you up on that help is another story.
Yeah.
However, or if sometimes people gripe and complain, but they're not really ready to make a change, right? Yeah. It's like, well, I still want to eat my bacon and donuts, you know, and actually get results. And I mean, I suppose there is a place for that, but you know, some people aren't willing to bend or aren't willing to make adjustments in their lifestyle to be able to reap the benefits. It's the same way when like people talk about like, oh, I want a 6-pack. Yeah. Do you though? Because you do realize that there's just a lot of things that you're going to have to eliminate from your diet to be able to achieve that. Yeah.
And what does a 6-pack even mean? What is that going to allow you?
And are you going to be able to maintain this lifestyle to maintain your 6-pack without going without alcohol and some of your favorite foods?
98% of people that tell me they want to get a 6-pack, they don't ever do it because they want a 6-pack, but they're not willing to do what it takes in order to get a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So fine line between the two.
Yes.
But here's what
you gotta find out.
Here's what it would look like if you were connecting with somebody. It's as simple as if you see something great, you know, being able to reach out, like Adiana's saying, like, hey, that's a cry for help, you know, and just notifying, like, hey, I saw your post, you know, I can totally relate to that to some degree as well too. Just curious, you know, what are you doing currently right now? Or asking a question that kind of probes them in a way to be like, because if they're going through pain right now and you say, just curious, what do you feel like you're struggling with? Because I feel, you know, I've struggled with that as well too. They're going to give you, I can almost guarantee you, they're going to list like a whole long paragraph because people love to talk about their problems, right? You know, people love to like get it out, you know, because it just feels good to talk to somebody, confide in somebody. And, you know, honestly, any time that you reach out to somebody, it should just be a simple question just to get an answer. You know, it should never be like, hey, how's it going? You know, thought of you because I thought you'd be great at what I do. Just curious, do you keep your options open when it comes to making money? Or just curious, would you be open to being my accountability partner? You always want to get overall just some sort of reaction, a response first. So
and definitely the leading with the compliment helps.
Exactly. And my question that I've been asking a lot of people, especially trainers, you know, hey, hope you're doing well during this time. You know, praying for you as a fitness professional during this. I hope you've been healthy. I hope that this really hasn't affected your health, your well-being, or your finances in you know, one way or another. You know, I just I just asked them, how have you been during this time? And anything is better. Hey, how are you? You could just ask that. I mean, that's a little bit more blunt, a little more, you know, vague, but it's a question, you know, and they'll probably maybe say something back. It might be a little limited, but if you just ask a question, you want to look for a response. That's always connection number one. Connection number two, it can be a little bit more as if like on that script that I sent you guys, you know, I like to say verbiage because, you know, script sometimes sounds too mechanical, too robotic. I want you guys to use this maybe not even as like, hey, word for word, but more of, hey, this is the flow that I can use and kind of just create my own you know, what I'm going to say to this person. And I would honestly recommend that for the second question, and this is what I found to work, and Adiana as well too, for the second time, use one of those scripts, you know, whether you've started, whether you've not started, you know, you can share this with your people as well too. These are the ones that I feel like Isagenix has brought out. I think that this is for, I don't know if it was for New Zealand or something like that, but it is the best scripts that I've seen them put out. And those are the ones that I've used for new individuals. And I've even used many of these scripts and Facebook posts as well too. So they work. But I would honestly challenge you, if you're going to reach out to somebody when it comes to products or even business, have these scripts open, rehearse them a couple times, fill in the blanks as to how it personally evolves you and brings you into it. And then do a voice message. You know, do a voice message to a person. And the beauty about a voice message is if you screw it up, you can delete it, you know? And I did that today. Like I was literally doing voice messages today with Adiana in the room. And sometimes, you know, it's kind of weird, you know, just breaking the silence with a voice message that, you know, she doesn't know it's coming. And then I stutter, maybe I say the wrong things. Maybe I just, you know, completely fumble over my words. Maybe I just continue to run on like a run-on sentence. And I'm just like, all right, let me start that over. I do it all the time. Like it's just normal. It's natural. So I'll just be like, oh, that didn't sound good. So you can start over however many times you want. And then when you get one where you feel like, hey, that felt authentic, that felt real, that felt like exciting, like to listen to, then you could be like, all right, that's the one that I want to send. You know, on Instagram, all you have to do is let go. Yeah, I think Blake was literally just about to say that because it's a little bit more trigger friendly. So yeah, if you let go,
unfriendly.
Yeah, unfriendly. So if you let go on Instagram, it instantly sends it. On Facebook, you have the ability to press start and you know, send. But the beauty about both of them is now they're able to, if you did send it by accident, on both of them, you can actually delete that message. You can unsend it. So you can go back and actually unsend remove the message, so you can do it all over again. So that's the beauty of it. And I would encourage you for that second message to do it as a voice message and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then after that, you know, if they say, hey, I'm interested, you can simply, I would honestly share a couple things. I would just say, hey, great. You know, one thing that's really inspired me is this amazing community of individuals that have really inspired me to help become my best self with this. I'd love to add you to that. And at the same time too, check out this video. I think that it's going to resonate with you. And then just say, if it's cool with you, I'll check back tomorrow. You know, would that give you enough time to check, you know, take a look around this page and take a look at this video as to what I'm doing? And sometimes, you know, I used to go back and forth with people and say, hey, like, when could you watch it? You know, how soon could you watch this for sure? You know, and get, you know, or shoot them a couple times. But honestly, I personally haven't been able to get a lot of phone calls that way. I've been able to connect with more people just saying, hey, do you mind if I shoot you a message tomorrow? You know, would that give you enough time to take a look at this? You know, most people will say, yeah, shoot me a message tomorrow. And then after, you know, the next day comes, I'm a person of my word. I'll say, hey, just following up as promised, you know, would love to hear your thoughts. And I've been getting great responses with, you know, can we connect on the phone? Because I'm sure that you have questions, and I would love to get your questions answered. You know, I have some time this afternoon, actually at 6:15 or maybe 7:30 works better for you. Would you be open to connecting and you know, and seeing if this works for you or seeing if it's a fit? And they're going to just tell you yes or no, you know, and then you can continue to move faster and quicker. Sometimes, you know, people set up an appointment right before and they get on the phone and the person's not really interested. They're just wanting to take the call as a courtesy call. But this way you at least book a phone call if they're really truly interested and they want to learn more. Right, babe?
The other thing I think we were talking about too is once you've asked if you could add them to the Fueled page, and they said yes, and you invited them and we approved them in, that we could also, which we were doing a while back, which is tagging them on specific maybe posts or videos that would seem appropriate for them or something that they might really be interested in. Whether, you know, back in the day, it was our interview with Dr. Paul Arciero. And everyone that came into the page, we had it pinned to the top and we would add them in that way. But now we have so many resources. I think we have so many great like transformations and videos and things like that we could just tag them to those specific things. And so that at least they don't get lost in this, like, you know, scroll action, that there are specific things that you chose for them that would be appropriate and they probably would be really, like, you know, fascinated by. And then you just tag them in there and say, hey, check it out. I know like Dina does that a lot too. And Adam, you've been adding a lot of people and tagging them into those specific posts. So I think we definitely need to get back to that.
Yeah.
If we kind of like, you know, haven't been doing it. I personally, you know, have not been doing that as much. So I need to get back to it as well.
Yeah. And we'll talk about doing like a new welcome video or something like that and just kind of innovating it as we go as well too.
Yeah.
So we'll make it better and better. We got you guys on that. But that has worked really, really well for us. That's honestly what we've done for almost all of our enrollments, besides if they reach out to us. If we reach out to them, that's the exact game plan that we use.
Yeah. And we want to make sure too that like you're free to welcome people into the page as long as they're customers. So like prospects who are just like, you know, kind of a fly on the wall or, you know, checking it out, let them check it out by you tagging them to a specific post. But if they are like, you enrolled them, feel free to, give them a shout out so that we can then, you know, support them. And we can be in the know too and say, hey, welcome to our, you know, our newest, like, you know, family member here, you know, in Fueled and Fearless Living, maybe with their photo. I know that, I think Dina, you did that with Janae, right? When she got started, which by the way, she's doing amazing. I have literally been on her tail to get her ISA-body fix in, which she did.
Oh, that's awesome.
And and she's definitely gonna do her measurements.
Yeah, she told me.
I just wanted to give you a quick update. And then, you know, the fact that she's like, this is the one person that's like literally sending me her menu. Like, I'm eating at Chipotle today. What number should I get? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this woman, like, I'm really excited. I really hope that, you know, this is the start of something really amazing, because that woman is going to have a serious transformation, going from like almost 300 pounds. So, and, you know, truly just already waiting over 2.5 weeks to get products, still stayed on the train, ate healthy, followed our game plan, even without the products. And then finally got our products and now obviously implementing. But, you know, that is rare. Yeah. You won't always get that, but it is a beautiful thing. So.
Well, teamwork is dream work, because honestly, guys, like, I don't know that she would have kept going if it wasn't for you guys helping and like
absolutely
really, because honestly, like, I also kept praying to God to like, please, like, is she you know, and so thank you so much for all the support you guys have been giving with her, because we might have lost her if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah. Well, I think that goes to show, like, number one, why we're all here for each other, right? To help support each other. And, you know, and to leverage that even more. Like, don't feel that you can't, like, reach out for help. Or if you've got somebody who's really struggling, even with just, like, implementing the program, you know, like, let's, you know, if I got to be the crack in the whip, you know, we'll crack the whip. In terms of, I mean, obviously, if they want to get results, right? I mean, obviously, we're not twisting somebody's arm, but
they got to be open.
Yeah, they got to be open to it.
Can I share something really, really super quick? So someone that we enrolled a long time ago messaged me. She said that the products were too expensive, so she stopped using them. She messaged me the night after that KK podcast, and I was like, yes, I'm in it. I'm making a decision. In the morning, I wake up, I get a message from her, Gina, I got to get back on Isogenics. I lost 13 pounds of muscle, and I got to get back on Isogenics.
And her energy's gone.
And she's like, my energy's gone. I don't have energy to work out. I'm always tired. Da, da. So she got to see the difference between being on Isogenics and not being on Isogenics. So she promised me she's enrolling on Thursday. And she's, Dina, are there any new challenges coming up that I can join? So I want to be able to see, like, who wants to do an 11-day with me, with her. Okay, that's all.
Just plan it. Plan it, Dina. Just go for it.
Do it.
Yeah, just go for it, and then tell me what you need, okay?
And you're going to learn as you go.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So.
Yeah.
They just want community. That's all you have to focus on. So that's awesome, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I don't want to imagine what life would be like without.
Neither do I. But at the same time, like, I really am happy for her, because I know she's got health problems, and it's just a testament to the efficacy of our products and how people feel. And it's not a weight loss program. It's like an everything.
An everything program.
Yeah.
If you eat, this is for you.
Yeah, if you eat, yeah. If you sleep, yeah. If you work out, like.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And back to what I was saying as well too, I would always make sure that when people, when you send a message to somebody and you send them a tool to check out, make sure you follow up 24, 48 hours max, always. If you go any longer than that, things get cold, you know, they get cold feet, then they just get in this procrastination loop where it's just like, hey, it's been this long. Oh, I'll check it out, you know, when I can. So create that urgency of just saying, hey, I'm going to check back with you tomorrow. Would that be cool? If I check back with you tomorrow, would that give you enough time to take a look? You know, so then it's kind of like, okay, you're going to check back. So now they kind of feel like, oh, I should probably check this out before they check back, you know, because now you're counting on them to take a look at it. So yeah, let's go into this next week with the focus on just getting customers. You know, just focus on getting some customers for yourself, because you can focus on accountability. And even too, after they see some results, then you can plant that seed to be like, this is really what I see this for. I see this honestly for how good I feel. I honestly see this as a potential exit strategy to be able to free me from my full-time job, to be able to help enough people to get great results, to be able to travel and be there with my family, you know, and planting that seed even then becomes very easy segue, so that you can just, they already know that the products work, right? So then there's no question if and buts about that. It's just now like, oh, well, what does that look like? You know, now they're more, or maybe a little bit more sold on it. But again, use your best judgment. Not everybody's going to go that route. Some people, I just straight up prospect business, you know, real estate agents, sales individuals, people that are in that profession. I always talk business first. If not, I say, hey, listen, I work with high quality business professionals just like you, high quality CEOs, to help them get the nourishment that their body needs so that they can show up each and every day to serve the people that they need without having to worry so much about what they need to eat and what, you know, and drinking a pot of coffee a day. You know, would you be open to learning more?
Yeah.
So.
And last thing I was just going to say, you know, leverage each other. So let's say Adam's got somebody who he just enrolled that may be a good fit for somebody that Blake just enrolled, that they can be put together in a text accountability group with you guys. You know, that's basically what, you know, we've been doing outside of challenges. We're still putting people together in accountability groups.
Yeah.
So that they have that constant interaction and they don't fall by the wayside. So yes. I say leverage each other, reach out to each other, you know, so that we can, you know, help each other out.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much what we wanted to share with you guys. Let's focus on just getting customers. Let's focus, each and every one of us. Let's just get 2 customers before Sunday. Let's just all focus on it. Don't worry about the 5. Like if you want to really shoot for that, by all means, add an extra couple power hours, you know, to your week and go for it. Let's do it together. You know, we're at like, I think a couple enrollments, so we got some work to do as well too. So we're not perfect, but at the same time too, it is an extra couple $100. So it is pretty awesome. But yeah, let's just focus on getting people results. Let's focus on getting accountability partners. Just say, hey, do this with me. I'd love your accountability. I'd love your support. You know, I'm sure that you probably could use the same. Let's do this together. Would you be down with that? Would you be open to it? And it's that simple. And if they're just like yes and yes, connect with us. Then literally let's get on the phone with them. We will talk to them for you. We will literally go step by step and we will let them know this is what it is. This is how we go about it. We'll ask them the questions about their goals, figure out their pain, and see if this is something that we can help them with what's in the way, what's holding them back right now with getting the results they're looking for. So with that being said, I think that was pretty straightforward. Last but not least, make sure that you are on the morning calls. Make sure that you are diligent with getting on something every single day, guys, that is helping you plug in to build your mentality, your mindset when it comes to network marketing or isogenics. You know, this is obviously, Bible is important. By all means, read your Bible. But I'm saying on top of that, you need to be plugged into something that's building your belief in this industry and in this profession that's going to help you grow and prosper even further along in this journey. So love you guys. God bless you. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're here for you. And let's make it a great week. Let's do this.
Awesome. Have a great night, everybody.
See y'all
You
later.
too, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Yeah,
y'all.
guys. We'll see you soon.
Hi, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.